Hi viewers, in this video I'll explain about basic MIMO multi-input multi-output analysis for future wireless communication applications using MATLAB. Now in any wireless communication, systems are classified into four categories. It may be the single input single output, single input multiple output, multiple input single output, and multiple input and multiple output. There are four categories of wireless communication systems. Now here when you are taking the single input single output, only one transmitter antenna and one receiver antenna. In that there is no possibility of diversity. Here diversity means parallel data streaming is not possible. Now if you are taking single input multiple output wireless communication system, here only one transmitter antenna and multiple receiver antennas. Here diversity is possible only at the receiver side. That is, parallel data streaming is possible only at the receiver side. And the next variety of communication system, wireless communication system, is multiple input single output. In this multiple input single output, only the diversity is possible at the transmit side. Why? Because it has the multiple transmitter antennas, only single receiver antenna. But here when you are using MIMO type system in wireless communication, it is going to have the multiple transmitter antennas and multiple receiver antenna. That's why parallel data streaming, that is diversity, uh, is possible at the transmit as well as the receiving side. But in the transmitter side we need to use one more block, that is splitter, and the receiver side we need to use one more block, that is combiner. This is the basic communication systems. In this, MIMO is preferable. Why? Because it is allowing the diversity, that is parallel data streaming. Now when you are designing any communication system, these are the primary things we need to know: transmitter, splitter, number of transmitter antennas. Here it is the channel. In channel there is a chance of getting some sort of noise. Number of receiver antennas, combiner, as well as the receiver, final receiver. Now if you want to define the received vector y with the help of transmitted vector and noise, you can do that. Y, that is equal to h, that is the channel matrix, into s plus n is the noise vector. It is the way of defining receiver vector with the help of transmitted vector as well as the noise vector. And here the thing is, we need to define the channel matrix. Generally we will call it as scatter channel matrix. The size of the matrix, that depends on number of transmitter and number of receiver. Here all the columns are representing the number of transmitter antennas and the rows are proportional to the number of receiver antennas. Here it is the properties of uh, H matrix, or you can call it as the channel matrix. Now this is the basic communication system. If you are taking the single input single output, means only one transmitter antenna, one receiver antenna. If you are taking the MIMO wireless communication system, there you are going to place multiple transmitter antennas and multiple receiver antennas. Now if you want to characterize any communication system, first thing, that is, it is nowadays everyone using the digital communication system. If you want to characterize it, first you need to calculate the bit error rate. Now here coming to the bit error rate, it is simply the ratio of number of error bits to the total number of bits. To explain this, I'll take the help of one example here. Assume I am transmitting the 10 bits. Here the first sequence, I'm transmitting this 011001011, but at the receiver side, imagine there is error in 4 bits. Here second position, fifth position, ninth and 10th position, there is an error. in the place of 1 we are getting 0, in the place of 0 we are getting 1. Means here total number of transmitted bits is 10, in that error bits are 4. Therefore bit error rate, that is the ratio of number of error bits to the number of transmitted bits, 4 by 10, that is 0.4. Now you can convert it into the decibels by applying the logarithm, that is bit error rate. And one more parameter help us to characterize the wireless communication system, that is signal to noise ratio per bit. Generally it is named as EB by N naught. EB stands for energy per bit, to N naught is noise power spectral density. Generally it is expressed in dB. We can call it as signal to noise ratio per bit. It is especially useful when comparing the bit error rate performance of different digital communication schemes without taking bandwidth into account. It will help us to characterize any digital modulation technique or digital wireless communication system. Now I will explain how to describe these wireless communication system using MATLAB. For that, first you need to understand the terminology, what terminology generally the developers will use. Now it is the basic communication system I am taken. It may be the single input single output or multiple input multiple output. Here at the transmitter side we need to know about the transmitter, splitter, number of transmitter antennas and channel, number of receiver antennas, combiner and receiver. Now it is the scattering channel matrix. Columns are representing the transmitter, rows are representing the number of receiver antennas, columns are number of transmitter antennas. Now here primarily we need to define wave propagation speed. Generally we are going to take the speed of light. Carrier frequency, if you are using the 5G communication, generally they are going to use the 60 gigahertz. Now in our example also we are going to take the carrier frequency 60 gigahertz, wavelength, number of transmitter antennas and position and angle of transmitter antenna, it is important. Next, number of receiver antennas as well as position and angle of receiver antennas and modulation. Generally we are going to use BPSK, QPSK, they are going to use the best performance. Nowadays in 5G they are using the OFDM, orthogonal frequency division multiplexing, and channel matrix, or you can call it as a scattering channel matrix. Now whenever we are writing the code in MATLAB, how we are going to compare the performance means we are going to draw the graph in between bit error rate and SNR per bit. Here it is the model graph I am going to show you. For the single input single output we are drawn the graph between bit error rate and normalized SNR, you can call it as, or EB by N naught, or you can call it as SNR per bit. These type of graphs we are going to extract to characterize the wireless communication system. Here we are going to design 4 varieties of wireless communication systems: single input single output, SISO, SIMO, MISO and MIMO. Now we'll start doing the analysis by using MATLAB. Now here first example I'm going to explain. Initially we need to define propagation speed. Here we are going to take the speed of light. Now operating frequency or carrier frequency 60 gigahertz. Why? Because these systems are dedicated for the 5G applications, and lambda C by FC. After that we need to define what is the gap between the transmitter and receiver. Here the distance between the transmitter and receiver module we are taken 1.6 kilometer. Here we need to define the angle of transmitter as well as the receiver. and we need to define position. Now, primarily we are defined the distance between them. Now we need to exactly define the position, and here initially we are started with the 0 0 0, but the system randomly it is going to take these values. After that, gain of the path, as I mentioned in the PPT, here it is the scattering matrix. The size of the matrix that depends on the number of transmitters as well as the number of receivers. And here we are going to use the BPSK modulation. As a basic example, we are not taking the incorporating the OFDM. Only we are going to take the binary phase shift keying modulation and bit error rate. Here the definition of the bit error rate is number of error bits to number of bits, total number of bits. Here how many samples we are taking, that is 10 lakh samples we are taking. Here in the numerator, number of error bits. Here this function will calculate the number of error bits to the number of bits, that is number of samples. This will give you the bit error rate of single input single output. After that, we are going to draw the graph for this. Here I am going to show you how to directly you run this one. Now you can observe the graph between bit error rate and normalized SNR for the CISO. Approximately you are getting the SNR close to 10. Next I will show you the same programming, how to write for the single input multiple output. Here also we are defining the parameters: propagation speed, carrier frequency, wavelength, transmitter or receiver distance, angles between transmitter and receiver, position. And here single input multiple output, here we are taking the 4 receiver antennas and 1 transmitter antenna. That's why here one means no need to define the transmitter antennas, but we need to define the number of receiver antennas. Here number of receiver antennas are 4. The gap distance between the array elements, that is lambda by 2, and it is the position. And after that we need to define the number of samples and scattering matrix, the channel we are defining. And after that we are measuring the bit error rate, that is the ratio of number of error bits to total number of samples. Now for single input single output, the SNR, normalized SNR, you are getting at 10. Now you can observe you are getting the SNR at 4, means 4 dB, means when compared with the CISO, single input single output, single input multiple output, SNR value is improving by 6 dB. Similarly you can run the program for the multiple input single output. Here also single input multiple output as well as multiple input single output, both will give you the similar performance, but here you need to define the number of receiver antennas. Here both are giving the same close results. Finally here we'll see the performance of MIMO. In MIMO also we need to define these parameters, but here we need to define number of receiver antennas, that is 4. We are defining number of transmitter antennas, array element, that is 4, means we are defining this 4 by 4 MIMO. And this is the bit error rate for the MIMO. Now we'll try to draw the graph for this. Here we'll see what is the value for the normalized SNR. Yeah, now here for the single input multiple output we are getting it close to 4, but it is close to -2. -2 means again 6 dB difference you are getting when compared with the CISO, CMO as well as MIMO. That's why MIMO is preferable when compared with the other wireless communication systems. Now at a time we'll compare all 4 systems: CISO, CMO, MISO, MIMO. It will give you the much clarity. Here you can observe single input, single output, single input, multiple output, single input, multiple input, single output, as well as multiple input and multiple output. Here for CISO you are getting the SNR at 10, CMO and MISO you are getting the SNR at close to 4, but MIMO you are getting the SNR, normalized SNR, close to -2, means there is a 6 dB gap. Overall, when you compared with the CISO with MIMO, overall there is a 12 dB of performance is improved. That's why MIMO is preferable for future communication applications. Now coming to the line of sight versus multiple path. Generally, if there is more directivity, there is a chance of getting the line of sight, but in reality it is too difficult to get the line of sight. Always the transmitted signal is going to get some sort of reflections or scatterings. Now because of this, there is a chance of getting the multiple paths. Whenever there is a multiple paths, signal is going to get some fading problems. Now we'll compare the system performance by incorporating this multiple path concept. Previously we are not considered these multiple paths. Now we'll consider these multiple paths into consideration. Now here all the systems with multiple path. Now I will run this program. It will take some time here. Now whenever you compare the performance of single path system with the multiple path, here you can clearly observe single input, single output, the performance is uh, very bad, but compared with the MIMO with the single path or multiple path, both are offering good performance. It is close to when you observe single path MIMO, its performance is close to -3 dB SNR, normalized SNR it is offering, and multipath MIMO it is offering I think -1 dB. It is offering the good performance when compared with the other wireless communication. Let me check the simulation. Actually this simulation will take some time. Now after that, let me explain about the beam farming. Now what is the use of this beam farming? Generally by using this beam farming you can avoid these multipath problems, and beam farming will help to improve the directivity. Without beam farming, and generally the signal is going to transmit in the broadcast manner, but whenever you are incorporating this beam farming, the signal is going to have much directivity. Because of this directivity you can improve uh, energy efficiency. You will get the high energy efficiency. Here you can observe the MIMO performance with multipath. I'm already explained this. Now next thing, here we'll add this type of beam farming. Why? Because whenever you are using the multipath, the signal performance is degrading. How to overcome these problems means we need to incorporate such a techniques of beam farming. Beam farming will help to improve the directivity. Now here we can create the antenna array will decide the direction of beam farming. It may be the elevation beam farming or azimuthal beam farming. There are so many varieties of beam farmings here. That depends on the theta or phi. Yeah. Here this program MIMO scattering without beam farming. Uh, the same program I am using, but here I am adding these lines. Uh, which is going to describe the beam forming technique, and here the number of scatters. Here initial will start with the 10 without beam forming, means the signal is going to get scatter. We'll see here. Overall 10 scattering points we mentioned, that's why here these many scattering points. But if you place only one scattering point here, there is no scope of line of sight here. You can clearly observe always the signal is getting scattered, but there is no line of sight. Why? Because here we are not using any beam forming. Now whenever you incorporate the beam forming, here one, here you will get the good line of sight. Yeah, you can observe. Because of this beam forming, you are getting high directivity. Because of this high directivity, you are able to get the line of sight. Here you can observe the MIMO 4 transmitter antennas. See, 4 transmitter antennas and 4 receiver antennas. Whenever you are adding this beam forming, the line of sight parameter will improve. The system will offer you high energy efficiency and low bit error rate also. I hope this video will help you to understand about the multi-input, multi-output for wireless communication applications using MATLAB. Thanks for watching. For more information, you can visit my website www.tln.co.in. Thank you.